It was a cold and rainy night when curiosity got the better of me. Browsing the Craigslist marketplace, I stumbled upon an unusual listing that piqued my interest. The title read, "Antique Music Box, Free to a Good Home." The accompanying description was vague yet compelling. The seller claimed the music box had been passed down through generations, but carried a strange curse that had plagued their family. They warned potential buyers to take it with caution. My rational side screamed at me to ignore it, but my fascination with the unknown compelled me to respond. Within hours, I received a reply from the seller, a woman named Abigail. She seemed eager to part with the music box, desperate to rid herself of its malevolence. We agreed to meet at her secluded, ancient-looking mansion on the outskirts of town. As I drove to the location, the rain intensified and the night grew darker. Upon arriving, I was struck by the mansion's eerie appearance, with its crumbling facade and overgrown vines. I approached the door, my hand trembling slightly as I knocked. Moments later, it swung open, revealing Abigail, an elderly woman with a haggard appearance. "You've come for the music box, haven't you?" she rasped, her voice a haunting echo in the cold night air. I nodded hesitantly, unsure of what I was getting myself into. Abigail beckoned me inside, and I stepped into a dimly lit foyer filled with antique furniture and peculiar artifacts. Dust-covered paintings adorned the walls, and the air smelled stale and ancient. She led me to a small room, its walls lined with faded wallpaper. On a dusty table lay the music box, an ornate piece with intricate carvings. It emanated an unsettling aura, as if it held secrets best left undisturbed. "I hope you know what you're doing," Abigail warned, handing me the box. "May it not bring you the same misfortune it brought my family." I thanked her and left, eager to escape the mansion's oppressive atmosphere. Once home, I placed the music box on a shelf, undecided whether to keep it or dispose of it. As the night wore on, a soft melody emerged from the box, a haunting tune that seemed to weave through the walls of my home. The music filled my dreams that night, its gentle melody accompanied by ghostly whispers and ethereal visions. I awoke in a cold sweat, the echoes of the music still lingering in my mind. Days turned into weeks, and the music box's haunting melody became a constant presence in my life. Its song would play at random intervals, even when untouched. I began to feel a presence in my home, an unsettling feeling that I was never alone. I dismissed it as mere paranoia, blaming my overactive imagination for the strange occurrences. However, as time passed, the malevolence of the music box became undeniable. Late one night, as I lay in bed, the music box began to play with an eerie fervor. The gentle melody morphed into a haunting cacophony of discordant notes. Panic surged within me as I rushed to silence it, but the lid seemed to be glued shut. The room grew colder and shadows danced on the walls. My breath quickened, and I could feel a sinister force surrounding me. Desperate, I grabbed the music box and hurled it against the wall. It shattered into pieces, and the haunting symphony abruptly ceased. Relieved, I cleaned up the fragments and vowed never to seek out such cursed relics again. But the malevolent presence did not vanish. Instead, it seemed to intensify. Objects would move on their own, and strange noises echoed through my home at night. Terrified and desperate for answers, I sought out Abigail once more. But when I arrived at her mansion, it was empty, devoid of any life. The neighbors claimed she had disappeared years ago, leaving her mansion abandoned. The truth began to dawn on me. Abigail had never been real. She was a ghostly apparition tied to the music box, luring unsuspecting souls into her cursed domain. The malevolence had infected my life, and I had unwittingly become a part of the haunting. As the days passed, the malevolent force grew stronger, and I felt myself slipping further into darkness. I sought help from paranormal experts, but none could break the curse. It was as if the music box had woven itself into the fabric of my existence. Finally, in a desperate attempt to escape the malevolence, I packed my belongings and moved far away from that haunted place. But even in my new home, the haunting continued. The music box had become a part of me, a dark shadow that clung to my soul. In the end, I realized there was no escape from the malevolent listing on Craigslist. The curse had become my burden, an eternal reminder of the dangers lurking in the dark corners of the internet. To this day, I can hear the faint melody of the music box, a haunting reminder of the price paid for curiosity and the sinister encounters on Craigslist marketplace.